Meeting recorded.
Hey, Joe, this is Jessica.
Hey,
We
yeah,
can
we can hear you.
hear you. Can't see you.
So, I don't know everybody who heard, but if we're talking about the group project and what's needed, I'm kind of showing, we're talking about, I guess, some people have been posting on what did, and kind of format of that. I mean, I'm hoping everybody's kind of read through and, I mean, a 10-page paper we've got to submit, which, you know, it's basically a page a person. It's not bad. I'm assuming it's double-spaced kind of MLA format. So pretty cool stuff. But we have to record it or present it, which we can record the same way we've done all this, and then we have to go and critique. Do you have anything they've read differently or think kind of same lines?
PowerPoint presentation to go along with the paper?
I believe it, yes. And I think
That's what I
have to do a voiceover.
Yeah, our pull the suggestion.
Say that.
Kind of breaking up.
You have a bad connection.
Who was that? Was that?
That's hold on. No, that's me.
Jessica?
Let's give Jessica.
Maybe?
That's me.
Oh, all right. Well, all right. Somebody.
Is he on the line? Yes. I went and looked at the group today, like where they list all the people, and her name wasn't on our group anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that means anything, but I just like went to look at it, and I noticed it was 10 people instead of 11. So I was like, okay, who's missing? Did someone drop off? And your name was I think, the one that was on there.
Today.
Oh, no, I wasn't looking at updated. Okay. I didn't realize there was a separate one.
One added. One.
Late at for the class.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people. Groups dropped down to like 8 people. So,
Oh,
so
wow.
I guess they had, people withdrew. Mostly still has 10 or 11, but so.
We'll send the information though, but I'll go on and confirm that.
Okay. It should probably be good then. I didn't realize there was 2, and I was just like, why is there? I thought we had 11. So okay, so we're good.
Yeah, right. Showing Casey was at.
Okay.
Bring up the. So I guess since we don't have a team, anything this week, I don't know what we do next week. Starting thinking about ideas. We didn't get a ton of feedback on our most not progress on your project. That's what we got.
Yeah.
So I don't know to narrow it down or if he has ideas on where we would go with this.
I was going to ask, is there a detailed report about what our next step is with this project, or are we just going off the syllabus?
I haven't seen anything that said week 1, 2, 3 you do this, what the end result is, but I don't know what our next step would be.
Referencing that, is it just in the syllabus, or is there another detailed document that I'm missing?
Oh, just the
in the
syllabus.
syllabus. Yep.
Okay. Just making sure.
So as our team, the next assignment is alternatives team written list of alternatives. That's the only. Not sure what that means. So.
So we're going to start putting together some more references for our paper and to get more supportive
That's a good idea.
references so we can strengthen our argument.
Get through them so we're able to sign up for that paper.
Yeah.
Probably need to have not a rebuttal, but an opposing opinion. Should we draw or is to the bill or to our proposal with part of this?
I don't know if I was going to kind of ask, are we doing like a pro and con thing, or is it kind of like we're introducing a bill and it's just all the supportive elements?
Yeah, 'cause it's a proposal. If it's a bill, then we haven't really decided what that even is, because all we talked about really is the problem.
This is Tammy. I think I'm a little lost because I'm trying to find a document that really talks about what we're to write about. Am I missing that somewhere?
No,
Does
I
it
don't
not
think
exist?
so. No,
When I look at the
Actually, just posting week by week, so we really haven't gotten much more information.
To build upon itself.
Can I go back to the stakeholder list? Are we doing one okay? Are we going to? Oh, go ahead.
So everyone okay with the stakeholders and the questions? Like, do you think we should critique it, or we all voted on it, but there's something wrong with going back and just maybe rewriting or rewording the questions.
only thing, like, what I posted, the only thing that I changed was, I know it was one of the ones that had a lot of votes was on, I think it was just like uninsured people, and like said something about like people that were facing a health issue. I took that one out. I originally actually voted for it because I thought it was really good too, but when I watched her video under the topics, she said one been in this class was basically make sure that we never use a patient as a stakeholder. And so
Right.
I kind of erred on the side of caution and just didn't include that one just in case. Maybe
uninsured parents?
Yeah. And maybe that's not the same thing at all. So that might have been, me just being overly cautious. I just felt like we had so many great options that I just didn't want to risk it, considering she said that was kind of the ban. So just in case anybody was wondering why I didn't post that one. That's the
Room to remove one, and we had a lot of great ones. So I don't think that would be a big issue. This is Tammy.
Yeah. I thought it was really good. I actually started. And when I went to go post, I was like, no.
So the
Have a clear understanding, I guess, of questions. Since we all working on it, just want everyone to have a clear understanding of what we're posting.
Well, we did the questions. Is that...
Yeah.
Oh, we posted it. In full detail. As far as each individual person understanding what exactly each posted, what are we trying to reach? I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Something might sound good, but you disagree with it because it sounds good, but do we really understand what it is? I guess that's what I'm saying.
Well, I think it just depends on like who you're talking to, because only certain questions are gonna, be relevant depending on who you're speaking with. So,
Yeah. I have no issue with the questions. I think they're all really good. It's just I don't really know what our direction is going to be going forward, so it's kind of hard to determine where we need to go.
Right.
We need to if we need to expand the questions, or if we need to delete some of the, make them short.
or like, are we gonna have to carry these through? Because if we need to,
Right.
we're gonna be doing interviews or something, then like some of these people, it might be hard to find contacts, and that's be like a huge challenge in itself. It's just finding contacts at these places to talk.
Right.
So I'm curious too what the next steps are.
Should we email the professor and just ask her, say that we're unclear about the expectations at this point? We know there's a paper, but
Well, at
what's
one
the focus
point
of the
in the
paper?
email, we have to contact the stakeholders. She said to keep that in mind. So I'm wondering if we should go ahead and get that process going to ensure they have some responses.
That's not a bad idea because,
Hard because it'll definitely take some time.
So out of the people listed, do any of you guys have contacts that that you can get a hold of some of these people?
The one I listed, this is Tammy. It's the coalition.
Yeah.
They're like for the people. They had phone numbers and email addresses. I was sure to kind of look at that before I posted it.
So
Mine was
here's
a state representative, and that'll generally take a week to get a response from.
for a intern. So here's older analysis of what how full you were in contacting your stakeholders. Not all will respond. I still think it's a little vague. I think try to contact them, understanding we're not going to get from everybody, but even what you learned if you weren't able to contact somebody, if you had to keep following up, that can be part of then that this Medicaid, the uninsured is such a problem is because nobody's not on the forefront of some of their minds, so it's hard to get all the representatives in the right room. I know that can be a piece. And then we'll
Or
have to,
they want to represent their own agenda and not the citizen.
I think it means that, hey, if we have 10 stakeholders, we're expected to bond and a quote from each one of them. I think it's kind of more of the exercise, and then if you that line you get people to take it and to respond, then we weren't able to contact the others, or why we could not get a response.
That's a point.
Because that is a brief, sections, and the introduction and problem definition, and then it speaks to the evaluation of alternatives. Pretty good piece. And then you have stakeholder analysis, which is a subset of that, and then the conclusion. So, we need to take more on our introduction and problem definition, and then really move into of all.
Yeah.
We get a 10-page paper out of this, but it's not. It's not a bill.
Well, maybe just kind of start just posing some and then that evaluation of alternatives looks like definitely a huge piece of it. So maybe you just need to start proposing alternatives and
Maybe we should
Now in
reach
our
out for
next meeting.
clarification.
I'm inclined to ask. This is Tammy. Just trying to give her an idea of what we're thinking and asking, are we on the right track, or is that we should be addressing or focusing on?
I agree with you, Tammy. I think we need more information.
Seems like that, or seems like that's what I'm trying to do. Is a tour talking about the post.
Yeah, see some of them also.
And yeah, I think it's more of a we've identified issue, and kind of where we're going is, yeah, you get there. How do you, with the uninsured, like what are, we have a high uninsured rate. What do we do to lower that? And I don't think it's legislative or a bill writing. It's just here's where we are, here's how we move forward type thing. So be easier in that regard, but it's also more open ended. So
are we still with her on, I believe, the 31st? What structure?
yeah, we are.
What was the time again?
I forget, 7 or something like that. Or I don't know. I'll have to double check. I'm not 100%.
I'm scroll through the group meet text real quick.
Is it still in WebEx?
We haven't set up anything for it, but
We'll just add her to the invite.
we can do that. So
Let me see.
7/20, May 31st, right?
Yeah, we're signed up on her main page too, the one for the Zoom meeting page.
Yeah.
Orange is there under the 720 slot.
Send her a WebEx invite with everybody else on it.
Cool. We want to go ahead and this is Tammy. Do we want to just email her just a time if she responds? Maybe we'll get some more information prior to meeting with her.
Yeah, we can do that. We can see. I don't know if they'll tell us or not, but doesn't hurt to ask her.
Yeah, it's like we kind of need to follow this post, or maybe we just piggyback off of it. Reply.
Yeah.
Post are you talking about?
Yeah, Brian. This is Kendra. I'm going to ask the same thing. Which post are you referring to?
Final project assignment. It's on the,
Oh, Frondra?
yeah, Jason posted the first question and Dr. Dura replied, yeah.
So if you want to, I can start that now while we're here to make sure we're asking what we want to know and just send it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So we'd like more clarification regarding the project.
Just more asking for about the logistics of the actual presentation and the voiceover. So if you, Tammy, could ask a question about the actual topic of the paper.
Yeah, you say because Jason already asked about the voiceover, right?
He had asked about the presentation method. Yeah.
Okay. More clarification about the content of the paper. I know you can hear me. Let me move my phone over here. So we would look at some alternatives for to reduce the rate of
%5 of the grade for the class you got. The project, the team piece is 250 of 560 points. 40%.
Oh.
40%. I was curious.
Dang.
No pressure.
Okay, so I asked the question, should we focus on findings from our stakeholders based on some of the questions we listed? That's one. But alternatives to reduce the error rate of children. That's two. Is it anything else we should focus on? And her like a blank slate, like tell us what we're supposed to do. I want her to, we're thinking for ourselves.
Yes, I guess my question, I don't know. I mean, alternatives definitely seems like the bulk of it. I mean, just our opinion, are we supposed to just come up with things that are our idea or stuff that's already out there? I mean,
I think both. It's opinion that can be supported by, like this right here, is an explanation of other states that have addressed the issue in their experience. So we want to fix it or we think we could, but we have to find some examples, references. Now, it doesn't mean you can't bring references together to create, believe what would work. But it has to be a little bit of supporting documentation.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, yeah. Seems really more clear than I guess I really realized. I don't know.
At a fifth time and starting to understand
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Also give us more information next week because each is kind of going over the topics. That might be the one for next week. So,
I mean, if you get evaluation of alternatives and all the stuff she has under that, I mean, several different alternatives, I can see how each one of those alternatives could be several paragraphs. So, that kind of is clear.
The next step is coming
Do we feel
together
like we have a better understanding now? Do we not need to ask her?
I'm
her, we can go ahead and
I don't feel like reading through this. I feel like I don't know, I feel like I have a decent understanding. I'm sure once we get into it, we'll have more questions, but I feel like based on this, we could do some groundwork and then after some more questions whenever we have our meeting.
So within the next week, we want to kind of just decide, it doesn't have to be difficult, but just research how, so we where we are. I think we need to still expand on our status quo. Like if we did nothing, dividends, and this would look like in 2022. There's some stuff published for how much money would we be losing, the state would be losing, and some things, but then also what we're posing as a recommendation, and then cite states that have done medical expansion, and any type of more value-based care, population health management to help reduce the effect that the uninsured patients have, the charity cases and all those things. I try something like that. That way, know it's coming up in the next week, to have it ready.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense to me. This is Tammy. So I'm not going to send this question. I think we can just plan accordingly from what you just said.
Well, I found the project example document. Have y'all referenced that? It's very clear, and it has everything laid out as far as how we should format our paper.
That's why.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm sharing that on the WebEx. But is anybody else on the WebEx, or have I been sharing this for nothing?
Yeah. This is true. Yeah.
So yeah, everybody, if you go to the homepage, in the week May 7th to May 13th, and then it has the project example and information PDF that you click on. One Memorial Day reading.
We went around in a great circle, and now we know. That's why we're a team. It all works out.
A little harder. I did that before we went there. I
have to admit, I forgot about this document.
Me too.
I forgot about it.
If you probably checked it off on your home, so you thought you were done with it. If you checked it
that's
off
exactly
over
what I did.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess over the weekend, Memorial Day, while everybody's enjoying the lake or something. But we'll do some of the research, so we'll have it ready to go.
It sounds good.
All right.
Thank y'all, everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.